Yo, what's up guys, in here, welcome back to another video here. Today we're continuing in East Asia. Now there was an update. Now, if you get a split or something, you can end whenever you want. You remember how I was complaining about that last time? You can end it whenever you want. You don't have to have it be proportionate to the size. You can end it whenever you want. That's great. Let me go get the spin wheels. I forgot to do that. And this time we're going to be starting out with Brunei, who is still on the island of Borneo, doing basically nothing but just expanding. They're just chilling. Nobody knows they exist. They don't know anyone else exists. They're just chilling, really. Now we go up to Bangkok, who is still at war with Haiku. And oh, that's not good. They have a split. This time we see Maliwan, who is not happy. You know, the fact that their money is being basically thrown out because of war. And they're like, you know what? We want, you know, our freedom. This is a peaceful rebellion. They just wanted their freedom, and that's gonna piss me off, the fact that they don't have that. Fuck. I had to mess it up. Now we get Pyongyang, who just united with Tokyo to try to destroy Osaka and Taipei. What will Pyongyang do? They will mediumly expand. They will quell every bit of, you know, livingness on these islands, and they will go in for Osaka and almost kill them. Except, that's what they think, because Osaka lives on down here. Now we go to Taipei, who can immediately adopt religion. Great, hold on. They will adopt Shintoism. Wait, Buddhism wasn't even on the wheel. Oh, sorry. No, they will adopt Minzoku Shintoism, because I forgot. Buddhism wasn't on the wheel, so I put it on the wheel and I respun it. So they're taking Sorong's religion, which was Osaka's religion, but then they just went to normal Shintoism. So yeah, but now we have two Minzoku Shintoists, and Buddhism has officially been killed because nobody else has that faith. Just a quick recap on faiths. They're atheists down here, and because they split off, they're also atheists. Brunei has none, Haiku has none, Sorong is Minzoku Shintoist. Osaka Shinto, Taipei is now Shinto, and Pyongyang is atheist. Now we're going down to Sorong, who split off from Osaka, who wanted to build resorts down here, but then they got, you know, in a war with Tokyo, and Sorong was like, we don't want to be in economic debt. We don't want to be in economic debt because we want to build these resorts, and we can't even do that now because we're poor. So we want to split off, and Osaka's like, okay, fine, you know, just don't kill me, you know, and you can be free. And they're free. Now we go over to Maliwan, who just split off in this video. They're gonna build a castle. It's about right here, the namesake of Maliwan. I'm still pissed that I can't get rid of that little thing right now. It's gonna be there the whole video. Now we go over to Taipei, who made the weird decision to change religion, and not even adopt their allies' religion. So, and they did all this while in a time of war. They smallly expand. They start taking Pyongyang's islands, and they get up to this southern prefecture island of Japan. I'm learning on the Clips channel. I'm learning regions and provinces and all that, and I started with Canada, Italy, then that was it. I'll eventually get to Japan and I'll know this, but the series will probably be over because it will probably be a big major update, and big major updates mean I restart. But anyway, we're going down to Sorong, who just, they're guys that just want to build, you know, resorts down here. So they're going to stick to the coast to have like a coastal resort. And yeah, and they are flatlanders, so this is great for them because there's a lot of flat land here. Now we go up to Pyongyang, still at war with two nations. They will build a castle. What a perfect time to build a castle when you're at war. I get logically it makes sense. You know, you want castles so that people can't kill you. Yang. I think I spelled it right. Yeah, I did. Okay. But also, like, you could kill Osaka, that you believe you can kill him, and you can start exterminating Taipei as well. Now we're going back down to Sorong, who, again, loves resorts. They're the Romans of this video, but they're not scummy, they're not scamming. They're gonna make sure these are high-quality resorts for you. Now we go up to Osaka, who's also down there, but Osaka is trying to fight for their namesake, so they're taking everything around here, and they split up Pyongyang in a few little sections on the island of Japan. Now we're going over to Haiku, who is at war with Bangkok, and they will smallly expand into Bangkok because they're upset that they're not allies, and they love their coast. Haiku is a coastal nation, and we're sticking with them. Haiku now is going to mediumly expand. They might be able to take the castle of Bangkok here. They're gonna get close, but then they're like, how do we do this? They have to strategically plan how to siege the city, and we'll see if they are able to do it. Now we go back to Osaka, still trying to fight for their life, and they're gonna union. Who are they gonna union with? Well, who else but Taipei? Again, I still wish I can switch and make Osaka under Taipei, but, you know. Actually, wait a minute. No, I'm gonna keep the rule where you can only union if it makes sense, and if you share the same religion. They're Shintoists, but they're Minzoku Shintoists, which is different. So the union fails. They can't even union with their ally. That's tough, Osaka. That sucks for you. If you would have stayed Minzoku Shintoist, it would have been fine. Now Taipei is up. Because that was their religion, then they just switched to normal Shintoism. They're going to largely expand. Taipei is. They're going to go up this island. They're going to try to get every single bit they can here, and they almost get the whole island. Now we go over to Maliwan, who just built a castle. Last we saw them. They're going to have a small split. Are we fucking serious, my guy? So, yeah, they're basically like, Bangkok is basically the USSR of this. Because they're just being split into multiple different parts right now. And their parts are being split into multiple different parts. As whatever the hell I just named these guys is here now. And here, let's use the feature because I don't want to give them any more land. Bang, you see, that's over. Bokepian. We're going to say I said that right. A lot of atheists in this world. Now we're going over to Pyongyang, who will union. Now, there is atheists down here. Bangkok, Bokepian, and Maliwan. But it doesn't make sense for them to union with anyone, so they don't unite with anyone. Now we're going up to Taipei, who we're going to continue this war. They could have united with one of these two, but they have more fight than that. And since there's two of them, they're not going to go down easily. Taipei going into southern Japan, getting onto Peanut Island, and almost touching their friend. Wait, that's weird. Yeah, 2025. Now we're going over to Bokepian, who is kind of in a rock and a hard place. They're going to mediumly expand. So they're going to sail because, you know, they're also peaceful. They're atheists, but they're peaceful. And they're going to expand to these islands here. You know what I mean? They love islands. And they're going to expand down onto Indonesia right here as well. Just to have like a nice little safe area. You know, this is like a trading area. People come from the west. They go through them, you know what I mean? So they're earning a lot of money. The people love money in this world. Brunei is up. As they're going to smallly expand, they're going to keep getting Borneo, more of it. And, yeah, they still don't know anything besides Borneo. Now we're back with Bokepian, who still want a trading empire. You know what I mean? Whereas we got, like, sea resorts, they're the traders. You know what I mean? Not traitors, but the traders. You know what I mean? So, as much coast as they can get as far away from everyone, the better for them. They like money. And they're kind of... They do overcharge, but not that much. And there's not much you can do about it. They're the only option. Now we're going up to Osaka, who will mediumly expand. They're going to go onto the southern island, taking some land from Taipei, but, you know, it's all fine at the end of the day. Osaka is going to keep expanding now. Pyongyang is split into 1 part, 2 parts, and 3 parts. What? Now we're going over to Maliwan, sorry. Who will finally take back this little piece of land. And you know what, they'll go up a little bit, take that pixel, because I regret giving that. And then they're going to expand south. You know what I mean? They just need to get a little bit bigger. Now we're going over to Taipei. Who, oh, because of the economic struggles, because of the time of war, guess who is back? Fuzhou is back. Where is it again? It is about right here. And it's not going to be a big rebellion. It's just going to be this, and then we're going to call it a day. It's just Fuzhou at the end of the day. They're mad about the economic struggles. And, yeah, so they're back for round 2. Bokepian is up. Bokepian. They're going to adopt a religion. They're going to stay atheist. Because the wheel chose they stay atheist. And the people chose to stay atheist. Now we're going down to Sorong. As they largely expand. on this coast here, building more resorts as they go. They're, from the economic struggles of being with Osaka, now they are rich. I'd argue they're richer than Bokipen. I still don't know how to pronounce that, I never will. Now we're going up to Osaka, who is in crippling financial debt, but the people, they have a spirit that never dies, as they squeeze the Pyongyang forces, and that's basically a surrender right there. These forces, they're done for. This is a disputed territory now between these two. They'll split it up eventually, probably, I don't know. We'll see how the war goes. But those forces are done for now. Now we're going down to Sorong again, who is just going to keep expanding on the coast. Yeah, they're even going to get these islands, have nice little travel destinations. Now we're going up to Taipei, who now has to fight Pyongyang and settle a rebellion. They bring the people of Fuzhou to the table, and while the leaders are talking, the people are like, we need a new religion. And you know what? They bring back Buddhism. The country was stronger when they were Buddhists. I need to go see how to spell it. So now they're Buddhists. Remember, you still can't see this color because I fucked that up. So I hope that they get a found religion so I can change it. But yeah, so red is atheism, purple is Shintoism, green is Buddhists. This ocean-colored thing right here in Fuzhou and in Sorong is Minzoku Shintoism. And anything that didn't show up, it doesn't have anything. Bokipen is now up. The sailors, the traders, they're gonna build a castle on the Indonesian island. And it's on this little island right here called Sabang. Not even their namesake. Fuck their namesake, honestly. They can lose it tomorrow. They're more interested about money, not their homeland with the capital. Now we're going over to Bangkok, who has not been doing good recently. And they're gonna take back some land, securing their capital land, castle, a little bit more from Haiku. Now we're going up to Taipei, still in talks with Fuzhou, as they're going to build the city of Taipei. I believe it's right here. Let me make sure. This is just a precaution if Fuzhou does, you know, try attacking them, and if Pyongyang does make it down. This is a precaution. They're still in talks with Fuzhou. They're still at war with Pyongyang at the same time. Now we're going over to Bangkok again, who will mediumly expand. They're getting their swagger back as they get some of their lands back here. Now we're going down to Bokiapan. I still don't know how to pronounce that. They're going to mediumly expand, get more of this coast right here. Now we're going up to Bangkok again, and oh, it's even worse for them. They're having another split. This is like their third divorce. Well, second one. They caused a different divorce of what used to be their land but wasn't anymore. As Dawei shows up here. The way is about right here. They're going to take up to this as well. And, you know, get a little curve, and that's going to be all they get. Bangkok, not very economically stable, or stable with the people either. Now we're going down to Brunei, as they largely expand. They're just chilling down here on Borneo. They're just chilling. They're about to encircle it completely. Almost is the key word. They're just chill. They're chill people. As a matter of fact, we're staying with Brunei. They have no problems. The people love it here, as they finally encircled Borneo and are now going to start building inland and building a thriving empire. It could all go wrong soon. We're going up to Osaka. Remember, these forces right here surrendered from Pyongyang. They're going to be assassinated. Not assassinated. They're going to be put to death if Pyongyang gets their hands on them. Osaka's going to keep going north as they go into what used to be Tokyo's lands, but is now Pyongyang. And they're going to storm the castle of Tokyo. Now we get Dawei, who they separated from Bangkok and they hate them. You know what I mean? They hate Bangkok. And Bangkok, also they're taking some of Bokipan, but that's an accident. And Bangkok says, hey, please stop. We'll talk about this. And Dawei is like, okay, we'll talk. But they're going to expand a little bit up here, because, you know, they need some stuff for themselves. And Bangkok is a shell of its former self. Now we're going down to Sorong, very rich nation with a lot of coastal resorts, as they continue to circle this little island with resorts. They're making quite a lot of money. Now we're going over to Bokupin, who will adopt a religion. Will they stay atheist again? They become Shintos, who is Osaka's religion. So now they said, you know what, atheism isn't working for us. We don't feel being atheist anymore. So now they're Shintos. What a wonderful day for them, I guess. If they're happy, they're happy. Now we're going up to Taipei, who, after their talks with Fuzhou, who in the middle of their talks with Fuzhou, my bad, misspoke, another rebellion happens and, oh, they can't catch a break. They can't catch a break. As Wenzhou, however you pronounce it, I don't know, they declare, you ignored us for far too long, we want independence, and, you know, they get it. And they're gonna try to, you know, get as much as they can, because they want to not be landlocked by Taipei. So they're gonna get as much land as they can, and Taipei allows it because they don't have the money or the power to quell a massive rebellion like that. They're still in talks to try to stop Fuzhou from running rampant again, and they're still at war with Pyongyang. Their economy sucks. So I understand why this big-ass rebellion happened. Speaking of Pyongyang, they're up. And the economic struggles has hit them as Busan appears. The only reason I'm doing Busan is because Seoul would be too close to Pyongyang. And Busan appears. They're gonna take most of this. They're very hostile. The dictator rule of Pyongyang, and they've had enough of that dictatorship as they take almost perfectly a South Korean border, and that's good enough for now. That's all they get from the split. But they are at war with Pyongyang, so now Pyongyang has to fight Osaka, Taipei, and Busan. And, you know, Taipei and Osaka, they're not allied with Busan, so, you know, they're just fighting a common enemy. These two are allies, though. This is just a new guy. As a matter of fact, Pyongyang is back up, and they're gonna try to union. They're like, hey, Busan, I'm so sorry. We'll be nicer. We'll be nicer. You know what? We'll be nicer to you. And Busan is like, fuck no. So their unite fails again. Nobody likes them. They're the most hated in the world right now. I mean, when you make as much enemies as they have, you know what I mean, you're bound to be the most hated. As we go down to have a peaceful time with the resorts, as they largely expand on the coast here, building more resorts as they go, they're just chilling. They're having a great time. You know what I mean? They start struggling around this area because of the mountains. They're not prepared for that yet. So they just, you know, start expanding on the island to get a workaround as they start slowly trying their hardest to get around this mountain, and it kind of succeeds, but stunted their progress as they haven't been able to encircle and build as much resorts as they wanted there. Now we go over to Haiku, at war with Bangkok still, and, you know, they are currently having a little talks. Bangkok, you know, is worse for wear, and they're like, hey, listen, you know, let's talk about this. And Haiku's like, fine, okay, we're gonna talk about this. So they're just gonna beef up their borders, building as much infrastructure right here as possible to help support their port empire, because they love their ports. So they're building as much infrastructure right here to help the demand and, you know, sustain it as they are in peace talks with Bangkok. Now we're going to Dawei, who, after some negotiations with Bangkok, it was successful. Bangkok has officially made peace with Dawei. Now we're going up to Wenzhou, who, they really just wanted to be free. You know what I mean? And, you know, they have the balls, they have the gall to ask Taipei, do you want to be under us? You know what I mean? Have a little change of heart, we can end the war that you're in. And, you know, and Taipei's like, no, I can't do that to Osaka. I know what you're gonna do. So Wenzhou does not unite with anything. They had the balls to ask, though, which is crazy. They're cocky. Now we're going over to Dawei again, who will still just try expanding in Myanmar. You know what I mean? We're gonna build, you know, some whatever city right there on that river. Well, heads of rivers. As we go over to Busan, who is still at war with Pyongyang since they have, you know, come out. They were asked to unite, and they said, fuck no, as they get closer and closer to the capital and the castle of Pyongyang, and Pyongyang has to either bring them to the table or do something harsh in return. But we're going over to Fuzhou. After some peace talks with Taipei, they decide, okay, we'll leave you alone for now, but we're gonna adopt a religion, because the religion you gave us, Minzoku Shintoism, we don't like. So they're just gonna be normal Shintos. They didn't like the Minzoku aspect of it, they just wanted to be Shinto in general, as the only Minzoku Shintoist left is... Oh, sorry, I just didn't see that part. I'm like, I know there was more down here. It's so wrong. They're the only Minzoku Shintoists left. And now Taipei, after, finally agreeing to peace with Fuzhou, will go to war with Pyongyang. They will take over this territory, even though the troops have surrendered, but they're not going to try to, tempt a rebellion. They're going to sail around and get these islands over here. They sailed around. They're going to sail around Osaka as they go up here, encroach upon the castle of Tokyo, and Pyongyang is like, oh no, this is not good. As they capture the castle, Pyongyang is in dire trouble right now. They lost the castle of Tokyo. They're about to lose their capital. They have nowhere else to go, really. This is looking bad for them. 3 wars. Now we go over to Dewey, who's just chilling. Just expanding in Myanmar. They're gonna union. They're like, hey, Bangkok, do you want to come in and... What? Do you want to be with us? Bangkok's like, I mean, at this point, you know what I mean? There's not much I can do. Haiku, they're not liking our peace talk negotiations. They actually, quite frankly, are hating on us quite a bit. And they seem ready to attack us again. You know what, Dewey? We'll unite with you. As we lose Bangkok, even though the castle's still here. And now, Haiku either declares war on Dewey, or they say, fine, I'll allow it. We'll see what happens on the next turn they have. Our 3rd oldest nation is now gone as well. Haiku is up, though. That was perfect. And they're going to smallly expand, and guess what they're going to do? They're just going to go to the Philippines. They're chilling. They're like, you know what? We don't want to have another cost-effective war. We can't buy the ports that we want. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, we have the resort people and we have the traders over here and the resorts down here. They're the port people, you know what I mean? They love traveling, they love shipping, and, they're basically the Bokyapin of this little central area. They basically do the same job, but I've given them different titles. Now we're going to Brunei, still just chilling. Hasn't had any drama happen. Matter of fact, they're building another castle. About right there, they build Kuching. They're really protected if somebody, Haiku, travels down to attack them. Now we go up to Osaka, still at war with Pyongyang, and they're going to mediumly expand into Old Tokyo lands. The castle has been captured. This island's doomed to fall as the military stronghold fell. This island is as good as gone. And Pyongyang's like, okay, listen guys, we can all talk about this. And they're gonna talk. All 4 of them, they're gonna talk together. As we go over to Dewey, who is not at war with Haiku because they were able to calm them down. They're gonna expand up in Myanmar, and they're just doing their own thing. They're building as much villages as they possibly can. They're just chilling. You know what I mean? After they took out Bangkok, they're chilling for now. Because they're going to have beef soon. I promise you that. Now we go over to Osaka. Peace talks with Pyongyang are still ongoing, so we'll give that another turn. I was thinking about doing something, but we'll give it another turn as Osaka finally turns to the southern territories that were neglected for oh so long as they expand and get a lot of islands here. They don't want to go east and step on So Wrong's toes, so they're just going to expand west. And when I say east, I meant like this. You know what I mean? Now we're going over to Maliwan, who, they're upset at Bokyapin leaving behind the faith. They're going to start attacking. They take the namesake. They're attacking. But then they don't know where the hell they went. They thought they killed them. They don't know that they still live on. They think they just killed out a whole nation. But Bokyapin, they don't forget. And they will come with a vengeance. But we're going up to Pyongyang after the peace talks. have concluded they didn't work out as they take back the Tokyo stronghold from Taipei. They get the cities. They get a little more safe near Pyongyang. I really should have done it right here, but they're still at war with everybody. Well, everyone over there at least, but still. Peace talks did not work. Now we're going to Fuzhou. They did chill out with Taipei. And now they have to expand. I have to think about where it makes sense. You know, they're gonna sail south, thinking, oh hey, this land that, you know, we've seen on our shipping travels before, this looks cool. Let's be the first to, you know, look at it. No, do they know? They're not the fucking first to look at it. But they'll figure that out eventually. Now, Wen Zhu, who had the balls to say, hey, do you want to come join us? They have the balls to ask again. But they're the only Buddhists, I think. No, they're not. They have the balls to ask Taipei. Are you sure? We're gonna give you a second chance. Like, are you sure? Do you want to say yes this time? And Taipei's like, no, not at all. So Wen Zhu is like, okay, fine, I get it. You don't want to be part of us. We would be so much better of a ruler than you were, but fine, I get it. Now we're going up to Busan, who is going to largely expand, and guess what they do? They take Pyongyang. They take the capital of Pyongyang, and they go up north. Pyongyang is on the verge of a collapse. Now we're going down to the resort people, as So Wrong, still trying to figure out how to, you know, expand here, and they do figure it out. And they're going to just expand up this flatland, building more resorts and houses and all that as they go. Maybe they're going to use this as like a, you know the gondola things? Yeah, maybe they're going to put these here to get up here as well. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time for them. Now we're going up to Wen Zhu, who had the balls to ask twice, Taipei, do you want to union with us? And my god, they have the balls to ask a third time, and Taipei said, shut the fuck up, Wen Zhu. We don't care about you. You rebelled from us, and we allowed it. We're not going to get you back. We're fine. You can be independent. Stop asking us. Lose my number. So they're like, okay, fine. We get it. You don't want to be with us. Well, we'd be so much better ruler than you, but hey, we get it. You don't want to be part of us. You want to stay in economic debt and instability. As we go over to Bokyupin, who just lost their namesake land, and they know how to sail, and they're going to start attacking Maliwan, who took their namesake land. And Maliwan's like, wait, we thought we killed you. And they say, well, my death was a great exaggeration, or how I fucked it. Shut up. Now we go up to Pyongyang, who is on the verge of a collapse, but they're going to try their hardest to take back Pyongyang, and they don't go straight down because they're stupid, but they do want to take away the, you know, stability in the north. See, this is split, not very stable up here. These troops, they're on the verge of extinction, basically, because they don't have kids. And you know what? We're sticking with Pyongyang. And they're going to build a castle. They're going to build a new capital. As they build, it's about, where is it? It's about right here as they build Orang. That's their new capital, even though it really should be Tokyo, but they wanted to keep it in their lands. So it's whatever. As we go down to Maliwan, who is at war with Bokyupin, and their leader just got assassinated. Oh, this is not a good day. Guess who they're going to blame as well? The obvious one. As we go up to Pyongyang again, who is going to ask Busan, do you want a union? You don't? Shit. Because Busan, they're tired of the dictator rule, and they know that if they unite, they're just going to be dictated again. And Busan is back up. They're going to largely expand. They're going to take back the land they lost right here and go expand towards the new capital of Orang. I only chose Orang because it sounded like orangutan. You know, it made me think of the monkey. And they're going to get close to the capital as they're being kicked out of their homelands, Pyongyang is. Now we go to Wen Zhu. They had the balls to ask 3 times for a union with Taipei. And they finally get the message as they just decide, you know what, we know when we're not needed, we understand. And they're just going to expand north. They're cool. By the way, guys, let's give a backstory to Wen Zhu. They're metal workers, you know what I mean? They love working with metal. Taipei are the farmers. We have resort people. We have the chill people. We have the traders. We have the ports. That's basically it. Dictators. People who are scared, or who are tired of dictating. dictatorship. So yeah, that's just some lore of the people. Some background. Now we got Osaka, who heard of, you know, never mind. And now we're gonna get Jakarta, who, you know, the people here just popped up randomly. They're not even related to everyone. That's gonna piss me off, but they're not related to anyone. They just popped up. They're chilling. But they are very violent people. They anger very quickly. So don't run into them the wrong way, you know what I mean? We go up to Haiku, who, you know, they're just chilling mainly right now, trying to build up their port areas, but hold on, what's this? Who are you? We're Fujo. Fujo? Yeah, who are you? Sorry, who are you? We're Haiku. We thought we were the first on this island. We thought we were the only ones on this island. Oh, you son of a bitch. I have no parents, what do you mean? And then they start kicking Fujo's ass off the island so far. And Fujo, they call for aid. From who? Who knows? But we're going back over to Maliwan, who, you know, is at war with Bokyupin. And they're going to try to kill them off again as they get and push them back. But even if they do this, they have to find out where the hell they're coming from. They're like zombies in Black Ops. Why'd I say it like that? Now we go over to Haiku, who's trying to still kick Fujo off the island up here. I forget what this island's called. Every time I played the Geotastic thing and I saw a sign, it's always Berengay. Is that what the island's called? I don't even know. Maybe the region, something like that. Then we're going over to Bokyupin. They're still upset at being kicked out of their lands. They're going to expand. They're going to cut them off, split them in half. Now these people are cut off from this land. They're going to go into debt. And they have food shortages. Now we're going to go to Jakarta, but in a moment. Because one thing that would be cool is like a secession. Like some of your land wants to join another nation. You know what I mean? That would be really cool. Like, hey, a secession. And then you draw which area. And then you pick which nation it joins, you know what I mean? That'd be cool. Anyway, let's go to Jakarta. Because they didn't get the mountain, the people are unhappy and they're gonna split. And we get Bandung. I don't know how to pronounce that. And that's all the land they're gonna get. I was gonna stop it anyway, even if it gives me more, but yeah. So yeah, that's not gonna be good. That's tribal combat right there. As we go up to Haiku, who's still kicking Fujo's ass off this island. And they successfully do it. And Fujo has been eradicated off this island. They're still chilling up in Asia, though, by Taipei in China. But Haiku, in the meantime, will build more ports, which is why they're encircling. And they're going to build infrastructure right here to support that. And they're just going to keep getting more areas for ports to help them with trade. Now we got Bandung, who, you know, at war with Jakarta, they're gonna go in for the kill. And they're probably gonna do it here. Yeah, they just killed Jakarta outright. They're like, hey, you didn't expand the way we wanted you to. And so they did it themselves. That's how, you know, tribal combat works. Sometimes a tribe just gets eliminated in the blink of an eye, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's what's happened. That's what happens, and that's what happened here. Matter of fact, we're sticking with Bandung. I'm going to pronounce that differently every single time. They're going to expand down to that island. They're going to circle the coast, get to this island, go back, and not get everything here. They did exactly what they blamed Jakarta for doing. They got pissed at Jakarta for doing this, and they did it as well. Are they going to be hypocrites, though? Let's face it, probably. Almost them again, but we're going to Busan. Yeah, by the way, yeah, I didn't mention, but you're not seeing the spin wheel again. Sorry. As Busan just basically storms and captures the new capital of Orang in Pyongyang, and Pyongyang is powerless to stop them as they're so unstable up here. They barely built anything. It's very cold up here. They barely built anything up here. They're fucking destroyed, basically. They just have what was Tokyo claimed before. And guess what? Pyongyang is up. They're gonna try their hardest, but they're so fucking unstable up there. They're not strong enough, you know what I mean, to take anything back. So they're like, Busan, please, let's go to the table. Let's go to the table and let's talk about this. And Busan allows it. They go to the table and talk about it. In the meantime, we're going to Brunei. We haven't seen them in a while, but they're back. They're going to start expanding, getting more here. They're going to start building a lot of things here. They're going to build some, like, factories in this mountainous area. They're going to build the houses on the edge here. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to do, pretty much. They don't know anyone exists. Nobody knows they exist. Now we go to Maliwan, who is split. And they're going to found a religion. They were atheists. What do they become now? And remember, this war started because Bokupin left the religion. And you know what, guys? We're seeing the revival of Theravada Buddhism. We're seeing the revival of it as Maliwan becomes Theravada Buddhist. And does that help end the war? Quite possibly it might. Because that war started over Bokupin not being atheist anymore. Now they're kind of hypocrites. They're not atheist either. Now we're going up to Wenzhou, who, you know, after having the balls to ask 3 times for a union and got rejected every single one, they're just going to keep expanding. They need more areas for their huge metal factories, and yeah. They're making a lot of weapons and armor and shit. They are the guy you go to. They're the arms dealer, you know what I mean, when you're at war. And people are going to start realizing that and going to them sooner rather than later. Now we're going down to Sorong, still trying to build all these resorts down here. They have not had any beef since splitting from Osaka. They're just chilling and building resorts, making money. They're the richest nation in the world right now. Now we're going over to Brunei, who's just a thriving empire, quite frankly. They're thriving, you know what I mean? Everybody's happy for now on there, but eventually they're going to be feeling like they're trapped. They want to see, you know, they want to see the world. They want to have their own Aladdin moment. Now we go up to Busan, who had some peace talks with Pyongyang, and, well, you know, they didn't really work that well, as they largely expand and take more land, and Pyongyang is powerless to stop this, and they're like, wait, don't kill us up here, because Busan, they know they're down here, but the military heads are up here, and they can't travel fast enough to this island. And so Busan listens. They're like, why should we not kill you? And they're like, I know our deal didn't work, but we'll come up with a better deal. Okay, we'll come up with we can talk this out. And Busan humors them as they start expanding, you know what I mean, on this coast. And they're listening to the new deal. As we go down to Brunei again. And their leader got assassinated. Or, better option, their leader died of old age, because they've been chilling for so long. Their leader just, he got too old. Now we're going up to Taipei, haven't seen them in a while. And they're going to largely expand. They're going to again sail up and storm Tokyo as Pyongyang is distracted in talks of peace with Busan, and Tokyo collapses again. Pyongyang, so unstable right now, it's not even. And Brunei is up. Again, after their leader died, they elected a new one, and they're gonna try to union with nobody, because remember, they don't know anyone exists, they haven't seen this yet. They don't, and nobody knows they exist. So they're deciding, you know what, let's have a ceremony for fun. We just want to have a festival. Now we're going over to Bokupin, who hears word of the religious change, but, you know, they're talking over there. And meanwhile, a rebellion's happen. As this city of... I'm running out of colors to choose. As the city of Medan, you know, splits off. And that's all they're gonna get. That's a peaceful split. They just voted, and there enough people voted, and it was ratified, and boom, they just split. And Bokupin is up, and their leader dies. It wasn't assassinated. He choked. Choked on what? I'll let your imagination use that. Now we go up to Pyongyang, who brought Taipei and Osaka recently behind the scenes into peace talks with Busan. And oh my, their leader dies during the peace talks. Oh, this is not good. But it could lead to a successful talk of peace now that a new leader takes the place. We'll see. Now we go to Bokupin, who hasn't been having a good time recently, but they built a castle, so I guess that's cool. They're still talking to Maliwan talking about, hey, aren't you a bit hypocritical, you know what I mean? And they're like, okay, yes, I get we sound hypocritical, but you gotta understand, you know what I mean? And yeah. So, but they build the castle of Georgetown on that island. I believe that's where it is. We have 4 turns left. We go up to Busan, still in peace talks with the new leader of Pyongyang, and it seems to be going successful right now as they just tell their people to, you know, hey, expand that way. Now we go over to Dawei. Haven't seen them in a while. They're still in Myanmar. They're going to start expanding more up to Bangladesh. We go down to Badung, who, let's see, they are hypocrites. They're just going to ignore that like it never happened, even though that's the exact reason they split from Jakarta and then killed them right afterwards. They're very violent people. They are very violent, but, you know, most tribes are. They're going to keep expanding, get that island, start going onto this island as well, as we are now on the last turn of the video. And what better way to end it than with Pyongyang, who, after some peace talks with Osaka, Taipei, and Busan, agree that they can get their fortification cities back, except Tokyo, because Tokyo was never theirs to begin with. They only got that from uniting. But, and also they get a little access to the sea here. And that is it. They're pieced out, and they get their cities except Tokyo. And also they have to pay like a lot of money, but that's like besides the point. But they're free to do whatever they want. So they're gonna go from Pyongyang all the way to over here and start building a new life here as well. So now that is the last turn. Let's do a little recap. Let's look at the world. We have Badong, Brunei, a lot of places over here. This became the Soviet Union at one point. Just collapse after collapse after collapse after collapse. Split after split after split after split, you know what I mean? You know, the richest nation, so wrong. You know, a lot of wars, a lot of peace. And yeah, let's look. Origin mode. Realistically, this land should be red. Pretend this is red. They are their own people. Osaka came from Tokyo, which also leads to Sorong as well. They're their own. These all came from Bangkok. This is their own. All this was, you know, Taipei. Let's look at the faith mode. We have Minzoku Shintoists down here, which I hope to get rid of one day. We have Theravada Buddhists. We have Shintoists in purple, we have atheists in red, and we have Buddhism in green. And the fortification mode, showing every fortification. So I'll see you guys in the next one for the next 100 turns. Zeno, peace out. See you guys.